broken promises, broken dreams. It got me to a point where like I didn't want to make music no more at that time. So that 3.5, 4 years of me not making music, I got to see people's true colors. You know, who like me for me and not for what I can do for them. So that 4 years was great, you know, and I was able to just be free. I was able to not be in the studio, this and that. But obviously, you know, when you have a passion, it's gonna find a way back to you. If whether it's 3 years, 7 years, you're gonna itch and get your way back over there. So I think it's crazy how God works. That Right Now record, I did that record. I went to the studio like nobody knew I went. I did it in the cut. That February 2019, I just left it. I dropped it. I knew it was a great song, but I was like, you ain't dropped a song in 4 years. You can't just drop a song. You gotta come back with some momentum, some way, somehow. So I ended up going viral in 2019 for a skydiving. I went skydiving for my birthday, and it was crazy photos. Like my lips was all over the place into the wind. It was crazy. I'm gonna show you the photos after this. It was crazy. Shade Room, Fox, all the big places picked it up. They almost sent me to Africa. Literally my 9th grade year, I came home with a 1.74 GPA.
Damn.
I got whooped so bad. They said if you come back with a lower GPA like that again, you're going straight to Ghana. So just know I never got a low GPA ever again after that.
Hey family, what is good, man? Welcome to another episode of the Living Proof Podcast. Well, you already know we bring in the best that's in the DMV and around the world. Listen, I'm telling you right now, you don't got to be famous, but you got a testimony, and I'm here to bring the real stories, the real people, and y'all gonna get the behind the scenes of a lot of people that y'all follow, man. So listen, welcome to the Living Proof Podcast. Again, I always say it. You know I got a special guest today. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know what's major. Y'all know what's big. And he about to share some things he got going on. So y'all may want to listen in, man. Listen, today I got my guy Jeff Otto in the building, man. What's up, baby?
What's up, dog?
How you feeling, man?
I can't complain. Life is good. I cannot complain one bit.
That's good, bro. How you feeling, man, from 1 to 10? Just spiritually, emotionally, physically? What would you say, bro? Where you at, man?
I would honestly say, I know it sounds repetitive, but I would say all 10s because I think we're in a point of our life where you got to take every day. You can't take any day for granted. Just being on here throughout your good days and your bad days, being here is a blessing because a lot of people that are not here right now. So
that's a fact.
I will never take oxygen, breathing, walking, talking, the small things for granted ever.
Man, listen, I wake up every day and I talk to my engineer about it. I say, like, the thing that we don't recognize is we got breath in our lungs when we wake up. We take that for granted, right? Like so many people like, man, I'm just trying to get through the day. But for me, I be like, man, I'm trying to make the day count. Like it's going to be a time where you want that air breath, where you want those breaths back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So listen, man, growing up in Silver Spring, straight out of Ghana, a Ghanaian kid, man, how was that, man? Because listen, bro, I grew up in Baltimore. Like, we didn't see too many, African people like that. But when I lived with my aunt in Silver Spring, bro, I said, yo, this is a different world out here, bro.
Man, that's a great point. Growing up in Silver Spring was like any other home. Like, I grew up in White Oak. Really fun times over there. A lot of Africans, like you just said, were very deep. I went to Jackson Royal Elementary School. Fun time, so I met a lot of my people that I know till to this day as well too. So it was a great childhood, man. We're just living, playing soccer, basketball, football with the family, enjoying every day. Just being a little knucklehead running around Silver Spring I'll never take that for granted. It was lovely. Man,
I moved to Silver Spring with my aunt, man, and my little cousin and them, they was active outside, right? So it's like two different parts. It's like people that's like from Silver Spring that want to be from DC. And then it's people like, nah, I want to be from Mo County, living good. You know what I'm saying? So what was that like for you, bro? Like, I know for a fact, like, your parents raised you in the church and stuff like that. So did you always walk that straight line?
So I would say, for the most part, I always had my head on straight. I would say I was a guy that always knew right from wrong. Maybe sometimes I'll do wrong, but I'm the guy that wouldn't get caught. You know, I would say.
Okay.
But grew up in the church. I got kicked out of the children's choir actually because I wanted to play basketball. So that's how that started. But grew up in the church. Met a lot of my friends there from the church too as well. My parents, strictly God, strictly uplifting type of parents right there. So they walked us, me and my brother, on a good straight line, raised us right as well. But as we all know, church, school, the balance of both worlds, trying to dodge peer pressure, but sometimes being part of peer pressure. So It's like a mix of two different lives. It's like a double life you're living at a young age, to be honest with you.
Got you. And I know like African players, they don't be playing. They be like, listen, you don't want to go to school? You up out of here.
They almost sent me to Africa. Literally my 9th grade year, I came home with a 1.74 GPA.
Damn.
I got whooped so bad. They said, if you come back with a lower GPA like that again, you're going straight to Ghana. So just know I never got a low GPA ever again after that.
Yo, I hired, and shout out to Ed, man. I hired somebody on my sales team, and he was from Africa. Like, I remember having to beg his mom, like, let him, like, be a part of my team. Yeah. Like, he doesn't have to go to healthcare, in healthcare school or be a lawyer. Like, and now he's generating $12,000 to $15,000 a month on my sales team. But, like, she was so adamant, like, this is not real. Like, I had to talk to her. Like, she was like, this is not real. I don't know why you got my son in this. And I'm like, sweetheart. Like, it is real. Like, I give him a paycheck every week.
Literally.
You know what I mean? And then she had to come back and apologize to me. Like, listen, I'm sorry. Like, you know what I mean? Real. Like, thank you so much for giving my son a chance.
Literally.
So, man, what was that, like, that Africa, like, was you and your brother tight and y'all were just like, we're going to get in trouble and we can't get caught because we know what time it is? Or... like, you was just like, nah, we're going to follow the rules, man.
Well, the weird thing is, my older brother was way more calm than me. So he was more like the quiet, but everybody knew him in a sense type of guy. But me, everybody knows those second children, man. Like, something's wrong with us. We get out the wound and just start tripping right away. So I literally was wild from day one. So I was the one that was getting in trouble. He was the one where it's like, hey, I need you to chill, you know, this like that. But mind you, as he got older, he started to get into more trouble too as well.
Okay.
But I feel like just that second children always got that, like, they just don't care about life in a sense. They just want to be hyper, be free, and break all the rules.
Nah, that's a fact, man. My seconds, whew, I'm like, where they get you from? For real, bro. Like, you an artist, man, which is dope, man. And I like Afrobeats, like the way that y'all be singing and vibing. Like, I be in the club really doing my thing. Like, when did you know, like, yo, I could sing, like I could move somebody?
So I would say I always knew, but I think I kind of showed the world my junior year of high school. Like, I joined my senior year, I joined the school talent show. A lot of people were confused because, mind you, I was the class clown, funny, popular kid. So just coming out of nowhere singing, you're like, whose man is this? You know, whose man is this? So nobody took me serious until the talent show. It's kind of like when I did that senior year talent show, had my family there, had girls with signs in the air like, oh my God, Jeff. It was kind of like, wow, okay, is this what being an artist is like?
So you saying it was big off the jump. Like, soon as you went from, they probably was like, all right, he about to do something stupid. To like, hold up, he got a little vibe to him.
Literally, that's literally what happened. And then obviously graduating high school at that time, going into college, I was kind of like, I actually want to try to be an artist. You know, this is like early 2011, 2010, late 2010, early 2011. I was just like, let me see what it's like being an artist. This is before all the craziness going on now, but that was when it was just fun to be an artist without paperwork and all the logistics that come with stuff, just being free. It was fun.
So, like, it's somebody out here watching right now, and they still on their dream. Like, I want to be an artist. Like, how did you? Because you got a good following, right? You got a cope like following. To be honest with you, they follow you anywhere. What was the steps that you took? Just like, hey, listen, all right, cool. Like, I really want to make this happen. Like, break that down. Like, what was the first thing you did? Was you just on Instagram recording videos, and then did you push it somewhere? Like, let the people know what's up.
That's a great question. So, me personally, I think we're all scared when we jump out on a dream, but I feel like you got to jump out that dream even while being scared. You know, I think that's the most important thing. So I started off making like Facebook videos. That was a time when a lot of covers were popular. So I would sing like Drake songs, Trey Songz records, Chris Brown. Any of the covers was really popular around that time on Facebook and Instagram. So I would start there, build up momentum, and then I'll kind of like, you know, I never really had no money at the time, so I'll kind of like shoot like cheap videos in a sense. You know, at this point, you know, at that time, it's like you just want to make music. So I did that, but I was very consistent. I feel like we're in times where consistency outworks hard workers in a sense. Or consistency just works hard in general. Like, you got to really be able to, I don't want to say be annoying, but you got to be able to let people know who you are.
Nah, you got to be annoying. You got to put it in front of their face.
It literally, and I feel like I had that that mindset from the jump, where it's like, look, if y'all rocking with me or not, I'm dropping this week, Tuesday. And then it goes to the point where it's like someone's gonna take a chance with you. They seen your work for 6 weeks straight, and they're like, man, let me just click it. And then they click it, and they're like, oh, he's actually talented. So I think just being consistent is very important, and just I think this is the most slept on reason here is just being a good person. I think we're in times where people's egos are so strong, and they're like feel like nobody can kind of like mess with them in any way.
Yep.
God will humble you. So I tell people all the time, like, when you're a good person, people are going to follow that. And then they're going to want to be a part of things that you got going on beyond music. So that's what I would say.
That's crazy. So you was just out here being consistent, dropping every single day.
Yeah.
And then what happened? Like, you started getting DMs, emails, like, come here, or hey, can you do this?
So, yeah. So I think exactly at that time when I started, a lot of college shows were very popular at that time. So I would just kind of like, they would reach out to me or vice versa. So it'd be a little bit of both. Like Towson would reach out, and then I would reach out to Morgan.
Hold on. So you was doing outreach as well. Like, hey, listen,
100%.
I want to come perform.
100%. You have to.
Okay.
That's how they take you serious. Kind of like they know, like, okay. And then it would kind of like give you a chance. I wasn't making much. It'd be like a 200 a show, but it's like
you had to start from somewhere.
I'm a 19-year-old, fresh out of high school guy. 200 is a lot for me. So I was making like 200 a show. So it's kind of like, and it got to a point where colleges are so small, even though they're far apart. It's kind of like when one college knows about it, they kind of spread it there. Then you kind of like you're doing shows at Morgan, Towson, you at Stevenson, UMBC. You're doing local Baltimore shows, kind of like you running it up. I would say that. It was just like I said, 200 a show is a lot for a 19-year-old.
For real. Yeah. And then it's like Fox 5, BET, MTV. Man, like when was that? Like when did it hit you? Like this is really happening.
I would say that BET moment. That was 2019. Obviously, I've been making music a long time before that, but that BET moment was really huge because it was like, hold on, I'm a kid from MoCo, and it's kind of like at that time, BET ain't easy to get on. Like people don't know the process I had to go through to even get a chance to get on that. Like submitting this, hoping that this person, the thing with BET, there's so many different teams that got to see your video or your work before they even think about putting on TV. So when I got that last clearance where it's like, look, we're dropping this at this time, I'd have called everybody. I did a whole release party. It was like 100 of us in the house. And I think that was a moment where it's like, wow, I'm on BET, Like this Silver Spring kid, ashy young kid, back in the day, African baby is on BET. So
take me through that emotion, bro. Because you gotta realize, like, I got my people with me.
Yeah.
This I'm on TV. This about to drop.
Yeah.
Like in that moment, a lot of people, and I see it all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like I talk to a lot of people, and I made it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
And you got to realize that, like you don't never make it, right? People can look at this set and think, oh, Daeron made it. He dropped it. Yeah. No, you never make it. You never arrive. So in that moment, what were you feeling like that made you say, I didn't make it yet? I'm like, I still got some work to do.
That's a great point you made. I feel like it's kind of like going viral. It's like you can't go viral once. You got to try to go viral every time. So it's kind of like your hard work. That's great. That's a big milestone, but as people like how we're raised, how we come from, we're kind of like, all right, what's next? But there's a hidden, I think there's like a hidden mix in moving that way. I had to learn to really appreciate my wins because I used to be the guy like, oh, I'm BET. All right, how can I go to MTV next week? But I had to remember like, look, hold on, soak in that. Like enjoy that win. Enjoy that, don't just move past that because that's something that is major. Embrace that. Celebrate yourself, so I got to that point where it's kind of like, look, I need to breathe and understand like, nah, you on BET. And then now you're doing this festival and you're performing in Africa. Those are things that I did not take for granted because I know there's someone that's looking and it's kind of like, I want to do that too, but obviously nobody sees our behind the work, how hard we work. Nobody sees those vocal lessons when you're up at 2 a.m. and you're doing all the type of vocal lessons, and they only see the video or the show that you're doing next week. So hard work, hard work.
For real, man. Listen, you signed?
So I'm actually independent. I'm under management though. I'm under management called Caliber Music Management. So
okay, cool. Because a lot of people come to me and they like, man, I need some, like, I'm independent. I want to stay independent. Like, what is that journey like? Because you don't maybe have the capital of like those big record labels to push you. You know what I mean? What is that journey like to say, you know what, I'm independent. I want to stay independent.
So the thing with being signed, I don't want to say it's overrated, but a lot of people that are signed, they're in like some 360 horrible situations that you're probably independent. Your independent situation is probably better than them. You know, there's times where a lot of these artists that are quote unquote signed, they're shelved. They're in the corner of like, if that first single don't pop, they got all your paperwork. Now you can't drop another song in the next 5 years until you get out this deal. So being signed, it's a cool thing to say. Don't get me wrong. It's cool to, I'm signed to blah, blah, blah record label. But what are you really signed to, though? You know, independency, you can drop whenever the hell you want to drop. You know, if I want to drop tomorrow, I can drop tomorrow. But with the signed, you gotta go through this person, that person, and these days they're not even developing artists no more. It's kind of like if you're viral, they throwing you out there, so you probably don't even know how to perform. You probably haven't performed in front of more than 50 people, and they throw you at Coachella. What are you gonna do over there? Now you're gonna be performing, looking down, whole time looking crazy. So it's kind of like being signed is, me personally, I think it's only cool to say, because if you're not really in a situation where you can capitalize on being signed, independency is the way to go. Because you control everything. You control every month, all the revenue you make, all the money you make, BMI, ASCAP, all that stuff that's a part of music. It goes to you. Right. And obviously, if you have a manager, you know, they get their fee too. But signed is cool, but
like, and then people don't realize like that. Yeah, that cash advance, it look good.
Yeah, it's a loan. But you gotta pay it back.
Yeah, they like, hey, before you touch a dollar, we gotta get ours back. You know what I mean? Like people be hitting me in their DMs. I be looking at people like, yo, you hit me, like you want to get money with your car. You want me to teach you, bro, but don't you got this chain and this rolling and all that on? But people don't understand, like business is business. It ain't, that, like you got to handle your business. It's never personal, man. Personal. So like I would rather be a person that got more dollars than followers or more hype. And now I got to, it look good, but now I got to go back to the slums, or people don't know that I'm living in my mom's basement or on my manager's couch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
literally.
And that's what happens, man. Tell me about the track Memoirs. What was your biggest track? Was that
my biggest track today? Was it's a song called Right Now.
Right Now.
Yeah, Right Now is my biggest song Right Now and Shake. It's 2 songs, but Right Now was the one that was actually on BET.
Okay.
That was like my so 4 years. Everyone has their boiling points when it comes to your dream. And I feel like my boiling point was 2015. I was young, but a lot of broken promises, broken dreams got me to the point where like I didn't want to make music no more at that time. So that 3.5, 4 years of me not making music, I got to see people's true colors, you know, who like me for me and not for what I can do for them. So that 4 years was great, you know, and I was able to just be free. I was able to not be in the studio, this and that. But obviously, you know, when you have a passion, it's gonna find a way back to you. Whether it's 3 years, 7 years, you're gonna itch and get your way back over there. So I think it's crazy how God works. That Right Now record, I did that record. I went to the studio like nobody knew I went. I did in the cut. That February 2019, I just left it. I dropped it. I knew it was a great song, but I was like, if you ain't drop a song in 4 years, you can't just drop a song. You gotta come back with some momentum, some way, somehow. So I ended up going viral in 2019 for a skydiving. I went skydiving for my birthday, and it was crazy photos. Like my lips was all over the place into the wind. It was crazy. I'm gonna show you the photos after this. It was crazy. Shade Room, Fox, all the big places picked it up. And mind you, I'm in my head, I'm just like, I got this song that's in the cut. So mind you, I got all the traction in the world. And I'm like, it's now or never, Jeff. It's time to come back. You know, so I dropped that song. I was able to flip the viral moment into that song, and then to build the momentum back into my dream. And that's when I got everybody back on board, or new people that didn't know who I was. They're like, oh, I know, I remember his face, but he ain't dropping so long. I was bald, whole new look, bald, beard. You know, it's kind of like I'm like rebranded in a sense. You know, so that viral moment ended up helping the traction of bringing back my music career. So I'm forever grateful for that.
That's crazy, man. Like going through that and not hitting your dreams and having to take a step back for 4 years. That's what made you bald, bro? Stressed out, bro? Nah, I'm not asking you that. I ain't gonna lie. I lost my Drake, man, but I had to go to Beverly Hills and get it back, bro. I'm gonna keep the stack with you.
Nah, the gym actually made me lose my hair. I lost my follicles because I was drinking all these protein shakes and lifting heavy. So my doctor was like, and I was wearing like skull caps, like tight ones. So my doctor was like, the follicles was like sweating through here, and I was losing my corners. And I wasn't going to Beverly Hills, man. I was going to accept it for what it was. So
you want to go to Turkey, bro?
Nah, like, I ain't no Turkey. I've been bald for 5-6 years now. It's too late.
But you're a ball advocate though, like you embraced it, bro. Like I couldn't. I was looking in the mirror like, yo, I can't get with it, bro. Like this ain't for me. I gotta call Doc, man. Do something.
I gotta call.
I gotta spend this $30,000. I wasn't going to Turkey. I was like, man, I don't like flying, but I go out Cali and he try, we still working, but he getting me back. You know what I mean?
Come on, man. You could have joined this club, man. It's all right. You got the beard.
No, sir, man. But I ain't gonna lie. Like I started looking, I was like, man, I look like my pops, bro. I want my own identity too. That was bothering me, man. But like, how'd you just embrace it? Like you turn that into like a movement, kind of.
We deep. It's like 70 of us. We got a whole.
You said 70?
It's like 70 ball members, man. We got a whole group. I think it's important because I feel like it kind of like embraces your insecurities in a sense. Mm-hmm. And I always didn't embrace it. You know, at the beginning of when you're always losing hair, you have the insecurities. You're kind of like, dang,
bro. I bought so many hats. I probably got 30,000 in hats, bro. They talking about you can't have this hat in the club, bro. I wasn't going in. No, sir. I'm gonna be real with you. Talking about you can't come in here with a hat on. Like y'all need to see me.
That's what happened to me. I was losing my corners right here. We call it the corner boys, the corner routes. Like in football, I was losing them joints. Then it started in the middle, the thin end, and I was just like, dang. So I went to shout out to Jimmy Bones, but I went to Bones one time. And I was like, put that black spray in my.
Yeah, you know what time it is when you put that black spray in, but then you jump in the pool and you sweat. You like, hey, bro, this ain't temporary.
Hey, I took a shower. I said, all right, this thing, it's over with. I got to lock it on my beard. So once I accept the reality, as soon as the black stuff wasn't like working how he told me it was going to work, I was like, you know what? This ain't for me. I started buying all the beard oils, the products, and that's when COVID came. So COVID, we all in the house anyway. So it's kind of like perfect time to grow my beard. I'm not seeing nobody. I'm wearing a mask, so I went through the rough patches, this and that, and a year later, I was able to get a full beard. So I was just like, look, I don't need my hair. I got hair here. I'll be all right. This thing got to go.
Bro, 70 members in the bald community. Maybe I should have joined that. I'd
have been 71.
I'd have been good. Like,
a whole lot of
y'all
us.
bald too.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of us.
You know what I mean?
Able to do
that
skits.
first joke, when they be like, man, you get your bald ass about it, man. That straight hurt your heart. You be like, yo, bro, for real? I grew up my whole life. I done had dreads, cornrows, and now I got to deal with this.
We got a lot of members that went through the same story in the group. They'd had the long dreads, and they just like, look, it's over with. It's over with. They with us.
What's that group like, man? I know it's empowering, and I know y'all focus on like mental health.
Yeah.
Like, let me know, because it's probably some people out here that's watching that's like, bro, I need to be in there, like, because like it's really that it will really bother you.
100%. And I feel like I said, I think all our stories are similar when it comes to being bald, because it's not fun. Everybody wants their hair. Like I said, I had the waves. I had the little Nike line in my head. I had all the sweet stuff, But I think it's kind of like you said, when you embrace your insecurities, it kind of like it builds your character in other ways that you don't even know, honestly. So I like even just me shaving my hair, getting more compliments. My wife loved it. Obviously female friends are like, oh, you got the bald cut, clean. It fits you. So people building your confidence is to the point where it's like, I can't never go back, because we bald, 6-7 years now. So it's kind of like, this is what it is. It just builds your confidence. And then being with that group of men that all have the similar stories of, like you said, cornrows, dreads, long hair, and they lost it. Genetics, whatever it was. Genetics, anything that was kind of like, if I could be in a group with a bunch of men that are talking about it, having those real conversations, but also making jokes with skits and laughter, it makes it fun being bald.
That's super dope, man. That's power of community. I know y'all talk about mental health a lot. What do you do for your mental health? Because like people want to be in front of the cameras. They want to be in the spotlight. Like I think people would rather be more in the spotlight than have money in their bank account.
100%.
But what does that come with? Like you don't, like, yo, you always on the journey to get there, and it's always a journey, but once you put out like a hit or something happens or you throw something fire, they don't realize you got to do it again. It's a requirement for you now.
Again and again.
It's like, I can't throw an event and they be like, Daeron, come on, bro. Like, you ain't, the lights ain't right or this ain't like, no, it's a requirement for me now. So like, what is mental health? How do you stay strong? Like, I know you're an advocate for mental health as well, man. Talk to us about that journey.
Well, obviously, I would say first my family, of course, my lady, of course, the kids, of course, they keep me upright. But most importantly, I think having that alone time with yourself. Like, of course, I go to the gym. Okay. There's so many things that I do, music, of course. There's so many, I have outlets, that I therapy. There's so many things that I do to take care of myself so I can be the better version for everybody that needs me. Because like you said, we're people that know so many people. It's like, so when you're outside, they're expecting that certain energy. And if you have that low energy, they're like, you good? What's going on? So I try my best. None of us are perfect, of course, but I try my best to make sure I'm personally good and I'm taking care of myself and going to the gym and having that alone time and breathing and little things. Like I started yoga not too long ago. So many little things that I be doing where it's like 10 years ago, I'd be like, yoga? What the hell I'm here for? But now I'm just like, when you get older, you go through things, you experience life and you're not as, I don't want to say ignorant, but you're not as, you're more educated than what you were when you were 19, and now that you're 33, you've been through life. So it's kind of like you understand that alone time and that mental is, if you're not good here, nobody else is gonna be get that good version of you too.
That's a fact. And then like you gotta realize, like for you blowing up. So now it's other people reaching out to you. They want to be around you. Yeah. Old friends, like people you ain't talked to in a minute, they be like,
a lot of cousins I didn't know about.
Hey, when you in town, man, I need to catch up with you. It's like, how do you manage that, bro? Like being out here, because people want to be around emotion, and I'm not mad at y'all. Like, of course, nobody is ever mad at y'all, but it's like, how do you handle that? Like for me, I'm a person. It's like, all right, cool. You got to be doing something. You can't just be standing here. Like, if you see my phone dying, bro, put it on the charger. Like, be valuable. Yeah. How do you manage your group and your entourage?
I think the good thing with my group, I think a lot of us, we grew up together. So it's kind of like they've seen me and I've seen them through it all, even before we chased our own dreams. So it's kind of like all the day ones that I have on my side, we known each other forever. But like you just said, you hit on the nose when you said everybody wants to be around a winner. And I think that's a great thing because who wants to be around loser energy, So I think being around a winner is a blessing. So like you said, I think everybody around me is very valuable, like my manager, but that's also somebody I grew up with too. Shout out to my brother, Peter. We all literally known each other. We've seen each other in our flaws, talk about real conversations beyond our dreams. So many other things we talk about. So it's like when the dream is kind of like the last thing we really worry about, because it's like we know what we do already, right? But how's your day going? How you feeling? We already know what you're doing outside everything else, but how are you doing, and vice versa. So I think knowing who's for you is the most important thing when it comes to managing people around you. And obviously we know could be snakes in the grass, things like that. But overall, I feel like if you know who's for you and you protect your own light and your own energy the best way you can, because obviously internet's internet. They're going to get, what they get online, but nobody knows you online. They just see what you post and things like that. But just keeping that circle close, that people that you trust, I think is the most important thing, and it keeps you going.
That's what's up, man. I'm going to rewind a little bit because you know what I mean? You also are moving around, doing different things, like, but you also are in a marriage. Like, how does that work? How does what does she play a part in your life to make sure you the best version of yourself?
100%, man. First of all, shout out to wifey, man. J.Addo, man. She a real one. We met in 2015, and it's crazy that we're here till this day. Realist. First of all, as you know, people when we have kids, the moms be the real MVPs.
That's a fact.
They the real MVPs. They make sure we can give and go and do what we do, be on the road, wherever you got to go. But also, I make sure she has her time too as well, being the best version of herself. So I think she's been a great asset to my life. Thank God I met her because I wouldn't be who I am without her today. She seen me through it all, seen me when I had $10 in my bank account. She's seen it all. She knows me for me. Forget the materialistic things. She knows me for who I am. And I think when you have somebody that's in your life And it's not perfect. We all know marriage is never going to be perfect. Hey, when people be like, "Oh, we're gonna get married, life is gonna go great." Nah,
no, it ain't.
Now when you argue, you can't go to the other house. Now you all live together, you know. So just being vulnerable with her and just learning myself and learning her and just learning our family, I think it's been amazing. Like you said, we have 2 kids. 11 one is 11 and one is 2. So age gap is serious, you know, but
hold up, bro.
Yeah.
Hold on, bro.
My stepdaughter.
Okay, yeah, my stepdaughter's
yeah. I have a stepdaughter. She's 11. I've known her since she was 9 months. So I've known, basically, you know, shout out to her dad, good man as well. But I've known her all my life, so it's kind of like we have a unique situation where I met her when she was 9, 10 months, and I've been in her life, you know, ever since she couldn't even talk. And then, you know, a couple years ago, I was able to have my own seed as well. My little one, she's about to be 2 this year as well. So
that's what's up, man. Congrats, man.
Yeah.
You in the thick of it, bro.
Yeah. Oh man.
So 2015. So you was creating music. You thought she sings. She's like, oh, he got potential. I'm ready to slide.
I invited her to a pool party. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah? Hold up, bro. So you was in the DM.
I reached out to her. Yeah.
Okay. Let me know how that folded out.
I knew what I was doing. Like it was like a Labor Day weekend party we threw. Me and my cousins. I was like, man, I'm trying to invite some legs, this and that. But there's one woman that I really went, which was her. I wanted her to be there. So
did you know her? You seen her around or what?
We had mutuals. Mutuals, but we never met. But we had mutuals. So I was kind of like, man, I need her to pull up. You know. Okay. So when I saw her pull up, got to the line, I was like, oh, she good. Trying to look sweet. You know how that go, guys. You got to make sure they know it's your party. I'm like, oh, yeah, she good. Watch out. You know, let them know like she good. Mm-hmm. So I was wrapping her up a little bit. I ain't wrap her too much because she was running around with her friends too as well. But I was like, man, you look good. I want to get to know you. You're beautiful, this and that. Wrapping her up. And then I ain't get a number that night. I waited to get to the next one. I ain't gonna lie, I was a little nervous. It's kind of like they was a little turnt, and I was just like, you know, her and her group of girls. I was like, man, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. I want to make sure she's in her right mind. You know, they was drinking, having fun, having a ladies' night, as they should, of course. But the next day, I slid her DMs, and I was like, I had a great time with you. You know, love to get your number. What I say? I said, smooth line. I said, you mind if we exchange contact information? You know, you gotta make it sound. Yeah, you gotta grow the sexy. Yeah, you gotta make it sound. You know, you gotta make it sound sweet. You know, so got her number, and then the rest is history.
Man,
yeah, yeah, man.
You talking? What we at? 26, 11 years later, been rocking it, been holding down, and listen. It's J.Addo. He said you're a real one. Listen, appreciate those DMs, ladies. Y'all be missing y'all mark. Like, I'm trying to tell you, that's living proof right there that you can slide in the DMs. All right? That's living proof. You know what I mean?
Telling you.
Bro, like, having that long of a relationship, you think your parents had a major part to play about that? Just them being together and seeing how they interacted?
Big time. My parents, they've been together since obviously since I was born, but just they've been, and they still married to this day, of course. So I think my parents are literally like living legends in my life. Like, my mom is so goated. You know, my dad was, when they got to America, they came from Ghana. So when they came from Ghana, no money, not much, but, you know, my dad went to nursing school.
Okay.
Got everything he needed to get to, you know, make money, get us out of the crazy neighborhoods and things like that. White Oak was a little crazy back in the day. So we got out of White Oak and was able to get a house. But my mom, she held it down. You know, my dad was mostly at work, this and that, doing what he had to do for us, of course. So he was still around, but my mom held it down. My dad, real MVP. You know, shout out to my parents. I'm so blessed to even have them in my life. Thank God gave me those parents because they real ones, man. They've always, every time my brother needs something, they've always been there when we was kids. They always there for us. And it's just, even like we always talk about, parents are getting older. So just even having them around till this day has just been a blessing. And I won't never take for granted.
Yeah, man. I was talking to my brother. He was on the podcast too. And he was just like, we got to be blessed that, you know, our mom and our pops are still here. Like, even though, like, my situation is different. Like, I didn't grow up with any of them. But now it's like older. Now we starting to build a bond. We starting to build a relationship. And now it's just like, I just got to be grateful that they hear that we can reconcile that relationship. 100%. Like, and I'm not mad at y'all. Like, y'all was kids trying to figure it out. So I couldn't be mad. I can't be mad. But it also built me to become the person that I am, the self-sufficient person, the person to get it done, man. So that's just super dope. I love to hear from people who had their parents in that lifestyle and then now they married, because I think it does make a difference.
Yeah.
Right? You going through things that your parents, they already been through. They done stuck through it. They done fought through it, and now they still together, man. That's super dope, man.
Very important.
That's super dope. Man, my guy Jeff Otto, man. What's up, man? You got this basketball game coming through, man. What's up, bro?
Yeah,
you a hooper, bro?
Man,
I don't know too many Africans that can hoop that ain't 7 foot.
I'm a Draymond Green type of player. I'm gonna foul you. You go to that paint, you might get hit by me, and it is what it is. But but not yet. Last year, so it's crazy how you brought that up. Last year, Silver Spring will always be my home, as everyone knows. I wanted to bring something fun to the area. I feel like we're in times where, no disrespect to other areas, but everybody goes to DC, Baltimore, PG to go do fun stuff. And it's like, MoCo's fun too. We got everything that y'all need and more. So I wanted to bring something that will bring people together. And I was like, man, basketball is always the middle ground for a lot of things, because people will just come together for basketball. Even if they don't care for basketball, they want to be in that room. So last year for my birthday, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I was just like, I've traveled so much for my birthday. Every year I'm going somewhere. I was like, no, I want to stay home, but what can I do? I'm a guy, it's crazy to be on your birthday, you think about your own community. Yeah. Crazy, but that's just different. Who we are, selfless mind. So last year it came, and I was just like, man, I'm going to do a basketball game. I see people are doing like these celebrity influencer type of games. I was like, I know people. I'm connected with a lot of resources. I said, let's do one too. So January last year, I told my people I was going to do it. So I got to school, shout out to Kennedy High School, where I graduated from in Silver Spring. I hit them up. I was like, look, I want to do a game here. It was like, of course, let's do it.
Oh, they was open. They were just like,
open to it, 100%. Because like I said, MoCo, we don't get much. Right. So Montgomery County, someone's bringing outsiders and this and that to our area. They're going to love it. So I told them January, I made the announcement, and it just blew up. It like players, vendors, media team, everybody want to be a part of it. Everybody's like, man, how can I join? How can I do this and that? And I was like, see, I'm glad I was able to make that announcement, because community. So we did the game last year. I think 820 people, they checked in. Shout out to my team. 820 people showed up. Mind you, our gym ain't the biggest, so 800 people in the Montgomery County gym is like crazy. We don't got the big schools like, DC and things like that. We have big schools, but not Kennedy. Kennedy's not that big. So that room filled. Like, everybody showed up, everybody supported. And it was on my actual birthday last year. Like, I spent my birthday at the basketball game. It was fun. Like, people were there. People I haven't seen in so long. So many different neighborhoods came in, peaceful, no violence. Everyone just had a good time. And it was kind of like, everybody's like, man, when's part 2? When's year 2? So I was just like, all right, I'm running it back. So I want to do a thing where it's like you just said, I want to do a thing where we can, sports is like the easiest way to bring people together. That's a fact. So we want to bring, like, I want to say not every once a year, but maybe like once every 6 months, we're able to bring something that brings people joy. Life is hard, bro. Life is hard. Some people don't even got $10 to their name right now.
That's a
fact.
They
still putting smiles on people's faces. Life is hard. So if we're able to bring joy through sports and laughter, we're going to do that. So last year was so successful, we just had to bring it back this year.
All right, cool. So you got the basketball game. You performing at halftime?
Nah, I see.
Come on, bro. What we doing, man?
You know my heart. I would love to, but
what we doing, bro?
I would love to.
I know you might be a little tired, bro, from fouling people, but what we doing, bro?
That's the selfless heart that I have, man. I'd rather see someone else get that crowd and enjoy themselves and let them perform, because it's like, I know I can, but I've been in those crowds. I performed in front of 50,000 people, things like that. I know that young artists, whoever we choose, we haven't announced yet, but whoever we choose, they're going to love that. They're going to be like, that's going to probably be the biggest crowd they've been a part of, So bringing someone's joy that day is going to make me happy.
I'm here to let y'all know right now, man. Jeff said the crowd too small for him to perform. That's nah, man, but that's super dope. I know you want to work with a lot of different artists. Have you like try to combine that and say, hey, listen, can y'all come to the game? You know what I mean? That way you could try to build that relationship. Have you reached out to them? Yeah,
so we do have, I can't announce who we have coming to the game so far because I want to surprise people.
Okay.
But we do have a lot of people that are pulling up, influencers beyond the DMV, people that people know. When you see, be like, oh, that person's here. So I want to surprise folks. We have a little rollout we're doing right now, so I can't get that to you yet.
Okay.
But it's a lot of great people that are pulling up. you named one of the names off the camera earlier, so that's one of them.
Okay.
As well. So it's gonna be a great time. And like you said, it's bigger than just basketball. It's just networking. People are gonna enjoy themselves, and y'all gotta pull up too. Y'all gotta pull up.
For sure, 25th. The Living Proof, man. Daeron gonna be in the building. I'm gonna check it out. We're gonna clear the schedule, man. So listen, April 25th.
Yeah, Saturday,
April 25th.
John F. Kennedy High School, man.
John F. Kennedy.
Get there early, man. Doors open at 2. Last year, 2:30. There was no parking. 2:30. That's 30 minutes in. There was no parking. Y'all
got a parking crew up there?
People had to park on the other side.
Y'all got a parking crew?
Do we? I don't know. Security gonna be out there making sure everybody's good.
Come on, man. We got to get the Ethiopians out there. You know what I mean? When I'm trying to pull up, I'm trying to get them the keys and walk in.
Valet.
Hey, but maybe you need to just say, hey, listen, can somebody sponsor the valet? You know what I mean?
Like, we have to figure that out. That's a good idea.
For real, because I'm trying to pull up and walk in. If I gotta go park at the McDonald's, I don't even know what Kennedy at. But if I'm be like, man, Jeff, I'll see you next week.
We're gonna make sure you good, man. You know that. We're gonna make sure you good.
I'm definitely gonna pull up this year, man, and because I love to see it, man. Especially you right, like that Silver Spring MoCo, like everybody. Oh, I gotta go to PG to go watch basketball, do this and do that, or DC. Home. And there's so much talent that comes out of there, like for real.
Yeah.
Like I don't think people really understand football players, basketball players, artists, like actors. They come out of that area, man. So that's dope, man. What it look like for you the next 10 years, Jeff?
Next 10 years, man, that's a great question. God willing, living, walking, breathing, healthy, of course. Being able to pour into my kids, of course, and anything that they want to do. I want to open up an IT business, so hopefully I'll be able to do that. I want to dive in those nursing businesses, things like that, things that my dad's doing right now. So hopefully I'm able to get in that as well too. Just a jack of all trades. I think we're in a point of our lives where it's kind of like music is great. I always love music, but I'm a guy that I gotta, like we talked about earlier, what's next? I want to do so many different things. I want to be able to, and I may get into politics. We don't know. A lot of people call me mayor and they be joking, but I'm like, are y'all joking? Because I be doing a lot of mayor things, So if I be a councilman one day, don't be surprised, man. I don't know what I want to do, but there's so many things I want to do, and I'm a big believer, man. God gonna call us home one day, so do whatever you feel. I don't care if you want to be a tennis player. It don't matter. Do what you want to do on this earth. People gonna judge you regardless. Who cares? Opinions are irrelevant. So just enjoy yourself.
That's a fact, man. They are irrelevant.
Yeah.
And before we get up out of here, because we about to get up out of here and we about to close it out, like, how are you able to because I'm like, I don't know about you, like, I see it all the time. Just people just weird on the internet, just putting stuff under your post, and it's like, you ain't got nothing better else to do, bro. How do you handle that, bro? Like,
yeah, a couple people were making comments on the flyer too. I think they were trying to make fun of MoCo and things like that. MoCo has this weird narrative where people are like, "Oh, MoCo's weird." Whatever. It's weird to me, but me personally, like a lot of people that make comments, I'm probably never gonna run into them. And I'm a big believer, and I've seen it firsthand multiple times with people that talk crazy online. When they see you in real life, they're very friendly.
That's a
fact. They dapping you up. They showing you, hey, how you, bro? Everything good? I'm proud of you. So we all would love to be that fly on the wall that can hear what people are talking about. But I'm a big believer. As long as you respect me face to face, I'm good. I can't control what you say when I leave the room. But, I can control what I'm not going to go crazy, but I demand that respect when you see me because I show respect. So people just be online talking. When they see you, they buddy, man. They want to take pictures and be happy, So I don't pay attention to that.
Let them know if if you're a fan, just say I'm a fan.
It's all love. You don't gotta hate. It's money for all of us. You don't gotta hate. You don't gotta hate on nobody.
It is, man. Jeff, I appreciate you stopping past the Living Proof podcast, man. Where they don't understand where you came from, man. I wanted to share your story. I want them to really understand the man behind the artist, the husband, you know what I mean? What it looked like. Yeah. Like he sliding DMs too. Y'all like y'all acting like y'all too good to slide in somebody's DM.
Look where we at now. It worked
You know
out.
what I'm saying? Living Proof, you know what I mean? Guyana from Ghana, man, coming up, making it happen, making music. Doing this thing, taking care of his family, y'all. Jeff, let them know where they can find you, bro.
Appreciate y'all. Once again, my name is Jeff. Also go by J.Addo, J-A-D-D-O 301 on all platforms. Check me out. Show love. And we got so many great things working on this store for our people, man. It's amazing. God bless.
I'm trying to tell y'all, listen, man, Living Proof Podcast, y'all know what time it is. You are living proof. You have a testimonial, and I'm telling you, you already beat 100% of your battles. You just got to keep going. Y'all see what it is. I'll see y'all on the next episode. Let's get it.